because it's just too sweet. Yes, first of all, let me thank the sardines. Calm down. Let me turn the music down. Calm down. Let me thank the sardines, specifically Gwendolyn Sardine. Because Gwendolyn, she sent old Alpha 3. She sent old Alpha 3 a birthday gift. And everybody knows that number one, the white tiger, who is my spirit animal, is my number one animal. And my number two animal would be the Aries ram. But what you don't know is the number 3 animal is the cock. Yes. Hi. So Gwendolyn sent me the old cock as a gift, as homage to the old Alpha 3. And I appreciate that. So keep the gifts coming. Keep it coming. Keep the flow. Keep the abundance and prosperity coming. Now, you're probably wondering, Alpha 3, you've been talking trash about the New World Order, aka the Illuminati, aka the Cabal, and yes, I have been. But this New World Order, pertains to wrestling, all right? Because those who know Alpha 3 know that Hollywood Hogan is his number one man crush. Yes. He is the number one man crush, Hollywood Hogan. And I know that there's those out there that want to claim to be the 60-minute man. But when you're like Alpha 3, the 240-minute man, it doesn't matter. It doesn't impress Alpha 3 if you're the 60-minute man. I am sipping on some decongestant, some Irish whiskey, unlike that trash down there in Tennessee and Kentucky. I am sipping on the Writer's Tears Irish whiskey, which is real nice. I gotta clear the decongestant going on up there in Alpha 3's nasal passage. But I got that as a gift from the Collazo, Auntie Nidia Collazo. Thank you very much. She got me the gift because she knows of the book. Now, I appreciate anybody that goes out and buys the book to support old Alpha 3. But if you're going to do it with a red pen and correct Alpha 3, then come on in the comment section and say, oh, Alpha 3, page 77, paragraph 2, sentence 3, you made a mistake. Don't bother buying my book. All right? Because I didn't write this book to make money. I didn't. I made it to get this story out of my system. So anyway, but if you do decide to buy the book, sit back and relax because there's a lot of miscreant behavior going on in the book. Yes, and I appreciate your support. But back to the old Writer's Tears from Auntie Nidia Collazo. I appreciate that because she knows that there's 3 things that the Collazo bloodline, the Collazo DNA lineage does do well is that they do drink very well. That's number 1. Number 2, they do like to scream and yell in people's faces over insignificant issues like paper cuts. And the other thing we like to do as a Collazo is we like to run around intensified, right? Acting insane out of their minds. So people are like, what is wrong with these people? What is wrong with the Collazo? Where did they come from? Well, we came from, we can trace our lineage back to 4 BC, Rome, a little town outside of Rome, okay? Collazo is Italian for all my paisans out there. And so that's nice. But Alpha 3 is juicy, feeling real good. And what was the point? I made a 20-minute video about 15 minutes ago, and for whatever reason, my phone didn't save it. So now I'm trying to think about all the goofy shit that I said 15 minutes ago, but that's not going to work. You just can't replicate what you said before. It was a classic video of 20 minutes of spewing nonsense and satire and comedy and just making people laugh. But unfortunately, I can't do that now again. But let's get into sports talk because that's what you came for. I forgot to put the hat on. Where's the hat? Is the hat on? Here's the hat. I forgot to put a hat on. But we're gonna talk Philadelphia sports because number one, the Flyers are embarrassing Philadelphia. We don't like that. We don't like that in Philadelphia. So it's appropriate that the Flyers invented the rage room so we can go get our frustrations out in the room instead of on the opposing team fans. That's nice. But the other teams that are going on is the Philadelphia Phillies. I guess that undefeated streak didn't last very long, did it, Philadelphia Phillies? But that's okay. We got 56 games to go, so we'll be fine. And then that leads me to the Philadelphia Union, our soccer club, which is actually the real football, not that fake news NFL football, American football, but it's a real football, a sport named after what you actually do, right? Football, right? You're not allowed to use your hands. Of course, what Americans do and what America does is like they twist and they like to pervert things and change it into what it's not. So now we have American football, but the Philadelphia Union are undefeated, and the Philadelphia Sixers are getting ready to go on a run to win the World Championship in basketball. So that's nice. All right, here's the microphone. So that's nice. And then we come to the Philadelphia Football Eagles. We're sitting good because number one, the Arlington Cowboys are completely overrated. And what happens is you got these goofs that try to promote and boost up fake news, the Arlington Cowboys, and make them try to seem like they're better than what they are, right? And then come playoff time or coming at the end of the year, they're exposed, right? Which is good for us. Right, because the whole world knows that the Arlington Cowboys are overrated and they stink. Right, the only people that buy into that they're good because they have no critical thinking. They're like liberal Democrats. They have no critical thinking. They can't sit back as a neutral party and look from the outside in. Right, they can't do that. They look at things from a fan's perspective, which is fine. But what happens is they buy into all the fake news media nonsense, and then they get crushed at the end of the year, which is absolutely funny and hilarious. Total old Alpha 3. But the Arlington Cowboys are overrated. They got rid of all the good players, so they're in a rebuilding stage. You heard it here first, which leads us to East Rutherford, which is in a rebuilding of their rebuild. Right, because East Rutherford has been terrible for like a decade, right? And everybody knows they stink. Everybody knows they're terrible. Everybody knows they're not going anywhere. Even the East Rutherford Giants fans know that they're not going anywhere. But they have high hopes, right? So that's funny, only to be let down throughout the season. So the East Rutherford Giants are just a disgrace. They're in their rebuild of their rebuild. And then which is the ultimate, because I would rather be the East Rutherford if I was a neutral party, because I wouldn't want to be any of them. But if I had to choose between being an East Rutherford Giants fan or a Maryland Lansdale or wherever they're from, Commanders fan, change your name. If I had a choice, they said, Alpha 3, we got a gun to your face. You got to choose one team. It won't be the Commanders, because the Commanders from head to toe, from beginning to end, are an absolute, utter, laughable disgrace. We're talking pimping out your cheerleaders and stealing their passports and all kinds of miscreant nonsense like that, to now holding out financial gains in abundance from the other 31 teams from the league. Now, I could care about the other 31 teams in the league, starting from Maryland Redskins all the way to wherever it ends. But the one team that I do care about, as we all know, is the Philadelphia Football Eagles. And if you hold out from the Eagles, when you hold out from the Philadelphia, the birthplace of America, when you hold us out, that's an extreme problem. Okay, so now you have to pay the price because Snyder has been holding out finances. He's been holding out the profit from the Philadelphia Eagles cut of their profits. That's a problem. Now, Snyder, I know you're going to be wearing county orange, right? You're going to be in there with the other guys. The other guys that don't know how to act properly, the other guys that don't know how to do the right thing. But listen, Snyder, I hope you have a savings account because screw the other 30 teams, all right, and screw your team. But the Philadelphia Eagles, make sure they get their cut. All right? Anyway. So the Eagles need to get their cut, but we're looking good. We got so many drafts picks right now. We can do a lot of things thanks to the New Orleans Saints. And I know how that went down. The mega mind called up down there the New Orleans Saints, whoever his compadre is, or whoever his equal is down there in New Orleans, which isn't his equal, but whoever his equal down there in New Orleans is, and said, listen, this is what it's going to be. You're going to give me all these draft picks, and we'll give you these draft picks, and that's the way it's going to be. And of course, the New Orleans Saints, whoever calls the shots down there said, yes, sir, that's exactly what we'll do. So we got all these draft picks, and we could do exactly what we want to do, whether that is screw over the Arlington Cowboys, which would be nice, and screw over the East Rutherford Giants, which would be nice. But what we really need to do is complete the trifecta, and that would be screw over the Maryland Commanders and do what we did to the other two teams in the NFC East, and that would be wait till the last second, till the draft pick is about to be called out for the team that is before them, and then make a trade and take the player that they want. That is the move that Alpha 3 is waiting to see. Yes! Anyway. I'm enjoying Good Friday, by the way. Now I understand Good Friday and Easter is a pagan holiday. For those that don't know, do your history buff, do your history research. But Easter is a pagan holiday. For those that don't know, let me just give you a 10-second history lesson on Easter. It originated with these disgusting perverted priests making sweet love to virgin women, virgin girls to make babies so they can sacrifice them at the end of the year. Right? That's a fact. Do your homework. But that's not why Alpha 3 celebrates Easter. I do ascend and I do celebrate the Christ consciousness. I'm not gonna run down another 50 minutes of explaining what I just said, but that's not what Alpha 3 is going to do. He's going to have the little children. All right, he's going to have the little children over his house looking for Easter eggs and appreciate the Christ consciousness. All right, so understand that. Alpha 3 is out. Send it.